It's time to take a short break. Stand up, stretch and hydrate.
All right, welcome in. Happy Monday, folks. We got an ad break coming up to get those pre-rolls out of the way, and then we'll be getting streams started. Bit of a light day today. I've been pretty much working non-stop on Feral Moon related things since last Thursday. Not a complaint. I've been enjoying it, but I am beat. And I thought I was going to have today off to handle some things, not thinking about the fact that the things I need to handle, I can't because it's a federal holiday today. So we're going to stream a bit and get things started so we can get like right into sculpting on the next stream, right? So we'll talk about all of that here in just a few. Ads are going to start and we'll get the pre-rolls out of the way and we'll get stream started. Thank you guys for being here. See you in just a few. Hey, Tim. Welcome in. I'll see you after the ad break here. Yeah, we'll get those pre-rolls out of the way and we'll get things going. Man, I need to sit back in my chair. I've been sitting forward too much for too many days in a row. My back is not having it today. Captain Shires, welcome in. Good to see you. And actually, while we're on break, let me go grab my glass eyes so we have them handy. All right. Got things in order here. Hope you're well. I am. I'm doing well. I'm tired, but I'm doing well. What do we got? 5 seconds. All right, great. We're gonna pause the music so I can get that on shuffle.
Welcome back. Let's get to it.
Let's do that. As soon as I get music going, there we go. All right. There we go. All right. Welcome in, folks. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I hope we're all doing well. I hope the weekend has treated us all kindly. Mine has been busy. And today is going to be a bit of a light stream because of that. I've been pretty much working nonstop on Feral Moon stuff since I ended stream on Thursday. Between research and learning things, relearning things, and sitting at my computer pretty much all weekend working on stuff. Yeah, I'm beat, and I had planned initially that I was going to have today off. I was going to take today off of streaming, handle some other stuff, and then just kind of relax for the rest of the day, and then get back to it tomorrow. One of those things I was going to handle was getting this guy. Designed by Joe was our winner of our giveaway. He chose the scared one, Scaredy Corn, as I've called him. And I got to get him shipped out. I shot the showcase yesterday in addition to everything that I've been working on, and we'll get back to that in just a moment. Sadly, he's full of the illnesses. Oh no, man, that sucks. Well, I hope you get to feeling better soon. Get yourself some R&R, relax, recover, all that good stuff, and hopefully we can brighten your day a little bit. But yeah. We'll talk about the stuff I was doing here in a moment. Post office is closed today. I can't ship that. So tomorrow will probably be no stream. I think I'm going to give myself a day off. I think I've earned it, and I'll show you guys why. But I'm going to go get that shipped off. I've got all the things in order, including this nice laminated certificate of authenticity. Look at that. It's even signed. So that'll be sent off with Joe's candy corn. I'm also sending one of these extra stickers. They're not the best, but I have a couple. These are kind of transparent. I wasn't super happy with them, but I figure, hey, you know what? I'll throw it in there. And, of course, a bag of candy corn. So I got to get that all shipped off tomorrow since I can't do it today. Thanks, Tim. And we're going today, the plan today, we're going to do a little bit of sketching. If you guys remember, the candy corns were a new iteration of my little tiny candy corns that I sculpted when I got into sculpting again, right? A couple years back. And these were a new iteration of that. I wanted to scale them up, do some detailing, extra detailing. Same idea with this. This was my very first YouTube video, right when I got back into sculpting. And I want to kind of do the same thing. Scale this guy up just a wee bit and work in a realm of a little bit more detail. All right. That's our plan. We're going to do some sketching today. We'll probably get our foil armature done. And then that way on the next stream, I can really dive in and get into sculpting and all of that, right? So that is the order of business today. But Feral, why are you so tired? What have you been doing all weekend? Well, this is what I've been doing all weekend. right here. A FeralMoon.studio is live. I was like that scene out of The Social Network, just like cranking away on my keyboard all weekend, you know? Because none of this existed. None of this existed post-stream Thursday. Not a bit. I started doing host and domain research Thursday night and into Friday. Friday, I got signed up for all the things, and then Saturday morning, I intended to wake up and get started, only to find that I was locked out of my account for security reasons, which was a whole thing to do with the host. And I got that cleared up, so technically between Saturday and today, last night, this was put together. This is a Instagram feed that'll update. Oh, and what's this? What's this? Thanks, guys. So, it's not a guarantee that I will accept commissions, as you will see right here. I make no guarantees when it comes to accepting commissions. I am more than willing to hear your idea and see if I think it's a good fit. All right? You complete this form, it'll send it off to my email. This includes a budget selection, you know. And that way, if anybody has, disregard this. This looks shit right here because of the browser. I have it in, my browser automatically applies dark mode, or this particular browser that I use for stream. It automatically applies dark mode and it messes with websites sometimes. Like all of certain emotes on Twitch, for instance, look weird with this setting on, but it is what it is. This doesn't look so shit when you're looking at it through normal. That's just the browser. Werewolf. I have a plan to do a werewolf at some point, Shires. I definitely want to. Maybe a cute one, maybe a scary one. Definitely plenty of opportunity there. But yeah, I opened it up for that. If we go back to the home page here, you can these are all my YouTube videos, right? And it just pops up. That's gonna be super loud, sorry. And it pops up and you can just close it like so. Same with my Instagram feed. Close it like so. If you go to my gallery, I'll add more photos here, you know, but I just threw in my thumbnail photos as it stands right now. But these work very much the same way. There's my original candy corns. And again, you just click there. It just pops it open in a window. And then I've got a whole video gallery here. This is my entire library thus far without the shorts and stuff like that. And same thing. It just pops up like so.
Fresh out the box.
And yeah, a lot of work here, and especially considering I had to essentially relearn all of this stuff because so much has changed. Like there's a whole block formatting now, and that's totally new. It's super cool now that I've got the hang of it, but it was a whole new thing to me. I first learned web design when it was basic ass HTML before CSS. JavaScript was kind of the main type of extra coding on top of HTML at the time. So yeah, it's been a busy weekend, and kudos to Minchie for letting me go into like super focus mode for days on end, you know. It may be that like maybe detrimental. I don't know. But I do enjoy once in a while getting an opportunity to just dive into something like that and do things, you know? But yeah. And I got the showcase video shot for the candy corns. I did that yesterday. And I still have to edit, of course, but I got the shots. So, yeah. The blog, there's nothing here yet, but I'll post like announcements and updates and things like that. Maybe even share some you know, like a little less formal, you know, behind the scenes kind of things, maybe from time to time, stuff like this. And I may populate that at some point in some place on the home. Oh, what's this? On the homepage. Again, disregard, like Doomfruits, it's put it into dark mode automatically through the browser. It doesn't look like that normally, but need to switch over to my personal desktop to view the site. New domain, stranger danger. Hey, Bug Boy, welcome in. Welcome in. Doing all right, man. Doing all right. Just showing off what I've been working on all weekend. I wanted to add this section. Friends and artists. Just a little kudos to some people I appreciate. Check out these amazingly talented friends and artists. Some of them have inspired and taught me a great deal. All of them deserve your attention. And if you click these, it'll take you to their various, you know, websites or social platforms. Have you explained the new project idea yet? Yeah, it's actually what I've been working on all weekend here is a new website. And then as far as like sculpting projects, we're going to be doing a pumpkin monster based on, well, not based on, but my very first sculpt ever, or not sculpt, my first YouTube video was a pumpkin monster. And just like with the candy corns, we're revisiting that to do a new, more detailed iteration. So, yeah. New website, FeralMoon.studio. It is live. And if there's anything that anyone has in mind that they would like to have made, I have cracked the door for such a thing. I won't say I threw it open for commissions, but I have at least cracked the door and left it unlocked even. So, yep, there it is. There it is. Need a drink. And then over here, this was my first YouTube video. And the project that we are going to be revisiting today. I'm going to make our new iteration a little less desaturated. I really went for the desaturation on the orange on this one. And we're going to lighten that up a little bit, make them a bit more vibrant. And it's, oh, you know what? We got to put a costume on for the season, right? We'll go with Jason Voorhees today. Yeah, I'm sure we'll revisit the website later or close the stream, and anybody that wasn't here gets a chance to see it. Did you get Woo installed too over the weekend? Oh, the WooCommerce. I have it installed, but I haven't set it up because there's no storefront in place just yet. The framework is there, you know. But I haven't done anything further with it at this point. I figured for right now, if there's any special requests for sculpts, right, like through the contact form, what we'll do is just kind of like how Andy does it. I'll talk in, one-to-one. We'll spend some time talking about a project proposal. If it's a good fit, and it's something I want to take on, then we'll do it. We'll shoot for whatever the decision is for the budget, and then we'll just handle things through exchange kind of deal, right? In the future, if I'm doing things that are a little bit more like molding and casting, if I'm able to start replicating work quicker and easier, and I have stuff like available for sale, then that's where the online shop will come into play, and I'll get that set up, and that way it can all happen, and then I just ship it off. You know what I mean? And that way I don't have to worry about Etsy and all that nonsense. When I first started with the YouTube stuff, I looked into Etsy. I've ordered things on Etsy, a variety of things. And that kind of gave me the idea. And then the more I looked into it, the less appealing it became. I was starting to see a lot of feedback, and I'd already seen it with my own eyes, but a lot of artists on Etsy had complaints about the platform where they were allowing mass-produced nonsense to be sold. And I see it myself quite more and more frequently, to be honest. Not to mention platform fees and all of that. It just sounds like something to avoid if you've got a means to do so. So I think that's what we'll do with the website in the future. I would also like to use it a little bit for the live stream. At the very least, on a minimum level, I think it'd be nice to have a page set up specifically for like additional commands and things like that, for the bot, for chat. And then that way you get a nice cohesive page that you can refer to instead of like a string of chat messages, because you're limited how much information can be in a single message in chat. So that's something to consider too. I think it'll be a nice little hub for everything, right? Thanks, Tim. Thank you. So yeah, I'm a sleepy boy today. I apologize. I'm gonna do my best. Like I said, I woke up fully with the intention of like, okay, I'm gonna take today off from streaming. I'm gonna get this shipped out and handle a couple things and chill, right? But then I wasn't thinking about the fact that today is Columbus Day or Indigenous Peoples Day. I don't keep track of these things. I think it's silly that we celebrate Columbus Day for many, 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 many reasons. If we've rebranded it to Indigenous Peoples Day, that's great. But yeah, it totally caught me off guard. Was not expecting it. So it's so disappointing about Etsy. It's expensive to sell on and so hard to make profit. Yeah, there's a ton of competition from established businesses now instead of just smaller artists. Yeah, you see stuff that you can find on like Amazon and stuff on there, Let's hop over here. And let me get my glass eyes real quick. So with this guy, this is just clay eyes painted red with some UV resin. And I did a little bit of a shade around the edges, of course. But I think we're going to use glass eyes this time around. That was kind of the plan. And we'll kind of use this guy as a reference for scale. We're going to go a little bit bigger, and this one's already standing out. But we'll kind of... Ooh, is there a match for that? Ooh, there is. I want to use that for something. That'd be a nice dragon eye. All right, where's the next size down? But yeah, it's a shame that Etsy went that route. It really is. These are too big. These are too big. And these are too small. So we're operating in this ballpark right here. I love the finish on your candy corn and that pumpkin sculpt. Thank you. The other day you said you used a matte finish and then a glossy finish afterwards to get that look. Okay, so with the candy corn, right? All of this is a matte varnish. It's a Liquitex matte varnish. And then I used the gloss, same brand, Liquitex gloss varnish. And hello. Rose, hello. Welcome in. Happy Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Yeah, I used gloss varnish on the teeth, and then actually on this guy, I put a gloss varnish on his eyeballs, right? And then I covered that with a UV resin. I figured it wouldn't hurt it. And if anything, the gloss varnish under the UV resin would just add to that sheen. And I'm certainly happy with how that turned out. And then the teeth as well. The teeth have a little bit of resin, especially around the gum line here. But overall, they're just, the inner mouth and the teeth are a gloss varnish. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question there, Bug Boy. I was, yeah, probably unclear when I mentioned it, but yep, exteriors is a matte varnish. Now, I will say, so my least favorite project that I ever sculpted, it was like my third or fourth YouTube video. And I was kind of just like digging for something to go with like a Christmas wintry theme, but also be spooky. And I always found Elf on a Shelf rather irritating. And I thought it would be fun to do and we had just watched Krampus. I'd already seen it. We watched it a second time because I watch it almost every year. So it kind of gave me an idea. What if I make a holiday murder scene where one of the deranged gingerbread monsters from Krampus is using Christmas lights to choke out the elf on a shelf? So I made that, and more to the point, when I was finishing that project, I used the Liquitex matte varnish, but I didn't. There was two variables, and I don't know which it is, but I either did not shake the bottle well enough before I used it, or the fact that the fan was blowing on it and made it dry faster. For whatever reason, that is the only time it's ever happened with the matte varnish. It came out shiny. I don't know why that happened, but ever since then, I've made an extra point to shake it well and turn off the fan. And you get a nice matte finish. No more issues with that. So I don't know which variable that was, but definitely one of them caused it to come out shiny, you know. It did, thank you. Good. And Pantarius, hello, welcome in. Happy Monday. I'm slipping on my days here. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Ooh, these might be good too. I kind of wanted like a red or a yellow, but you know, we'll save. Ooh. That's a possibility. We'll save these green ones. Or will we? Oh my. Oh my. Enjoy your lurk, Pantarius. Oh, by the way, real quick. Yeah, it is what it is. I put up a website over the weekend, and there's a little section on there for friends and fellow artists that I respect. And you are amongst them. And it links to your Twitch page. But yeah. Thought I'd let you know. You do incredible work. And folks, if you are not following Pantarius, you should definitely do so. There's a shout out there in the chat. Yeah, where's that other? Okay, so these. And I like those too. These would be perfect frog eyes, man. Yeah, no problem, no problem. Not a problem. Keep up the great work. Honestly, very, very nice work. I love these, man. We're gonna have to use these for something. So we've got it down to four different eyeballs. Let's see if we can eliminate some. This is going to be difficult because I kind of like all of these. Eh. Kind of my least favorite thus far. These ones would be sweet, you know? So those are definitely likely candidates. But then we can go a little bit bigger since we are going to scale up some. Are we going to make this thing? We should make an evil pumpkin. I need to make an evil pumpkin. I don't know, man. This is tough. I guess we're going to have to make multiple pumpkins. But we're going to do it one at a time. For sure. And I like those too. I got, you know what? I'm going to eliminate these, right? I mean, they're okay. They're kind of cute. But I kind of like the other ones better. Hey, Phil, wanted to hop in and say hello. Hope you're well. Jazzy, hello. Happy Monday. I hope you're doing well. I am doing well. I'm a little bit sleepy. I've had a busy weekend working on Feral Moon stuff all weekend, nonstop, but I enjoyed it. I just need to give myself a little bit of time to recover, so I figured today we'll do a little bit of a light stream, get things planned out for the project, and get an armature ready so we can get right into the sculpting. Tomorrow we're gonna plan on no stream because I'm gonna get that shipped and I'm going to rest. And Wednesday, I do have an appointment, but I would like to try to stream a little bit on Wednesday after my appointment. So I think it's 11 to noon. So probably around 12:30 on Wednesday, we'll plan on. And I hate to cancel stream, but I do hope you guys understand. I've been working hard, man. It's probably one of the most intensive stretches of content work that I've done. Nice mask, thank you. Have you seen my banana suit? Or my
Ask me about my winner.
That's not a banana. I'm sorry. That's my sausage suit. There's my banana suit. In fact, before I forget again, let me adjust that slightly. That volume is super loud. Stream Deck, banana suit, actions, volume. Let's bring that down like 10%. All right, we're going to test it again. That's better. That's better. What do you guys, what costume should we wear today? The sausage suit, the banana suit, or Jason Voorhees mask? What do we think? If it was easier for me to plug that in as a channel point redeem, I totally would. But for something seasonal, I figured, meh, I'll just make it manual. All right, so we got some eye options here. Might have to do a zoom. And I'm nervous. I don't sketch on stream hardly ever, and I'm very rusty on my drawing abilities. But it's something I'm trying to kind of introduce to my process. And more than that, I need to spend some time outside of just concept sketching and actually get back into proper drawing. I still want to sculpt my dead battery. Hey, this is like way back when, man. This was planning phases for these and the original Creepy Corns. There's a concept sketch that I'm sorting out. You can't see that. Candle ideas. Oh, I still want to very much do a black cat also. Kind of like a macabre twist on it. We'll see. All right, so I want a nice big menacing expression on this guy. And I'm thinking like a mouth that's kind of like and I want to plan this in a way that doesn't say, I really hate future me. You know what I mean? Because I tend to not be so nice to myself when it comes to painting. No, I don't feel like it's a good representation for me at this point, Shires. I really need to buckle down and get back to drawing. I really do. Hey, there's a line craftery. A wild sketchbook tour appears. Yeah, nothing impressive by any means. Just really rough sketches, but welcome in, Line. And folks, if you're not following Line Craftery, you should definitely do so. So, I kind of want like a large tooth here, a large tooth here. Right? We're going to do some rough sketching and then we'll kind of go back in and clean it up with a cleaner version, I suppose, maybe. Here's the problem though. I've never really sculpted closed mouth creations. Hey, Line Craftery coming in with a 4-month resub. These are awesome. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. And thank you so much for the support. 4 months, man. Thank you so much for the resub. I appreciate it. Enjoy those, the ad-free viewing and emotes and all that stuff. You know how it is. And I appreciate you, sir. Yeah, see, how do we work out if, like, we've got fangs underneath and then these would have to overlap, right? How do I make that easy to sculpt? Also, that's garbage. Get this out of here. I think I'm going to turn my sketchbook sideways so I have a little bit more space to work with here. Time flies. It really does, man. It really does. Doesn't matter on the quality. It's a good visualization of how their thought process works. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Like, I just want to play around. Like, this is the part that's going to need the most planning, right? How do I do this mouth in a way that I can have high detail, but also not make it an absolute nightmare to paint? And this is a lesson that I need to kind of carry over into the future. Also, would be ideal to have a little bit less of a fat tip pencil here. This thing is chonky. No gloves, I know, right? So if we have like, I think that's probably the best bet is to do a bit of an overlap, right? With the top over the bottom to kind of close that in. And then build the teeth on top of it with our gum line and our lip line in place. We have like 2 larger teeth. And then I really want like these outside teeth to be relatively large and overlap. Then on the bottom, you know, we can fill those in with a bunch of smaller And then, you know, we start working on like the gum line. And then have a lip line above that. And like some nice large eyes. I'll have to dig out. You know what? Lion, you would appreciate this. Do you want me to see if I can run downstairs real quick and find a piece that I did in high school? Like actual like drawing? I think I know where it's at. The hard thing is, the poor thing is in a state of disarray. It's been through hell and back over the, what, 20-something years since. Irish Island, hello, welcome in. Didn't recognize you without your black gloves. Dragon, what's up? Good to see you, Dragon Scullin. How's your horse coming along, sir? The last images we saw were phenomenal, as I said in Discord. Very good job on that, man. I tip my hat to thee, because that is not an easy undertaking at all. I'd love to see that. I'll tell you what. We got an ad break coming up in about 15 minutes. Don't let me forget, and I'll run down and see if I can grab that. I should probably just start with eyeballs and work from there. Let's do that. Let's do a little bit of a side sketch here. We're going on a little bit of a side quest. Running into each other all over Twitch, eh? Or is Irish Island following you around, Tim? Blink twice if you need help, okay? It's good, I think. Lots of back and forth with the muscles, dude. Yeah, I can only imagine. That's why I say that's no easy undertaking. What a beast of an animal, you know? Just nothing but muscle. Tim likes to keep an eye on me. Okay. Then we throw some like nostril holes in here, right? Bit of accentuation on the nose. Maybe some like wrinkles up in this region here. And some bags under the eyes. And then if we're going to be going with one of these eye ideas that we have right here for options, you know, we're going to have these like vertical slit type eyeballs. Starting to look like the Grinch over here. Horses are just weird inside and out. By the way, you're wearing a nice blue shirt today. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I got a little bit into focus mode there. Can be working the room like a proper streamer networking. Look at you go. We're proud of you. We're proud of you. Everybody that's subbed, we have a clap emote. Can we get some claps in the chat for Irish Island? Look at him networking. Hey, drawing stream. Yeah, Hugh, we're doing a little bit of planning out for the pumpkins. You know, I figured today we'll give it a little bit of a light day. I'll show you guys why after break. We'll return. Folks that have already seen, I do apologize. But just, you know, making sure everybody gets a chance to see. I do think a little bit of wrinkle detail under the nose would be cool. And then that's where we'll start going into like the lip line. That's a little bit high up. Let's fix that. And then right about in here, we'll kind of do a bit of a lip line. And again, we're not going for like high art here. These are just literally just concept sketches. So pardon the messiness, right? Honestly, I can unload all the weird horse facts for you. You and me, Feral, will be Twitch partners before you know it, maybe 2045. Boy, you know, that wouldn't that be the dream, right? Before I turn 50. No, not even. Shit. Never mind. Now my day is ruined. And this is, we're going to need to start like kind of bringing the teeth in together a little bit, right? And then again, I'm literally just concepting here, kind of getting a feel for how I want to approach this guy. I'm mostly picturing clay in my head, which is probably why I'm doing a shit job of sketching. And then I'm trying to mentally sort out the best way to go about doing this smile without causing it to be an absolute nightmare to paint. See, that's too thin. We don't want a small mouth. We just want it to be easy to paint. Yeah, see, that's the dilemma. What I might have to just do is do like a shallow mouth. And that way we just hit it with black in the background, and then I'll go over it and do the teeth as far as painting goes, you know? Glad to hear you're doing better. Back at the office tomorrow, so I'm visiting everyone on Twitch today to hang out for a bit. Nice. Before the busy week starts, eh? Real life people, yuck. Can't seem to send this fax. What are you trying to send a fax? See, all that negative space, you know, obviously we can, when we're working with clay, we can lay pieces out and kind of get a fit. But just as a rough sketch, we'll just kind of go with, this is kind of the idea we want as far as mouth shape, right? And then kind of go in and do our gum line detail. I'm just doing some rough sketching here. It's pretty shit. I'm learning I don't really like drawing on camera, you know. Yeah, something along these lines. And then gum line down below as well. And then it's not even close to. Hope it gets quick. You'll be home soon again. Stuck in traffic. So many wonderful things to look forward to. Oh boy, yes, the commute.
It's time to take a short break. Stand up, stretch and hydrate.
Monday and Friday from home. Well, that's good, Tim. That's always good. Some of these companies went kind of crazy after. They're like, we know it's not necessary, but we're going to need you to come back into the office because we own you. All right. Yeah, somewhere in this ballpark right here. Somewhere in this ballpark right here. This is the field we are going to be playing in. At least for our first pumpkin, because we may end up doing multiples, one at a time. Probably like sculpt one, get it done, ready for paint, maybe start another one, get that done, ready for paint, and then paint them both together, maybe. We'll see. We'll see how we're doing on time. Because I don't really want to be working on pumpkins into November. Not to say that spooky season ends with Halloween, because it by all means it does not. But, you know, nobody wants to watch pumpkin sculpting after Halloween, I'm sure, right? I would, but I'm strange. And by strange, I mean awesome. Get and do crap work so they think you do better at working from home. Driving to an office to dial into meetings with a team in the UK. Where's the logic? Right, dude? It's crazy. It's crazy. Strange. Yeah, normal is boring, man. Normal is boring. What do we got? Ad start in 20 seconds. Guys, thank you so much for being here. It is that time. An hour has already escaped us, and we've got an ad break coming up to get those pre-roll ads out of the way. I appreciate you guys for being here. And when we get back, I got some things. I'm going to go try to dig up something from my high school years to show you. And I'll show you what I've been working on all weekend as well. So stay tuned. We'll be right back at it. Thank you guys for being here. Real quick, just going to throw some links in the chat to the main YouTube channel where you can find my showcase videos for all my work, and a link to the Discord, best place for all the latest updates and all that jazz. So I hope to see you there, guys. Thank you for being here. We'll put the break screen up, and I'm going to run down to the basement and hunt something down, and I will be right back after the ads. See you then. Made it back with time to spare. It's me, Panax. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. And boy, is this poor art of mine in bad shape. A very appropriate song, though. Lion, are you ready? Thanks. Thanks, Valley fan. All right, we got 13 seconds on the ad break.
Welcome back. Let's get to it.
Welcome back. Welcome back. All right, so I went downstairs. This is what I get for leaving stuff at my parents' house when I moved out years and years back, right? When I finally got it back, I don't even know what they did to this, but it is what it is. So this was done my senior year. I just came. TMI, dude. Corpse, welcome in. Welcome in. So this was my senior year. It is what's called a reverse charcoal drawing. I'll explain that here in a moment. Appropriate song. This is reverse charcoal. So this whole thing was covered in charcoal. And then this was, instead of like drawing with a pencil, you're using an eraser and it's subtractive. There's some scrapes and stuff here. So I would erase a little bit, right? And then it was set with a spray finish type thing to keep all the charcoal in place. It's dusty as all hell. It's wrinkled to hell, man. But yeah, this went to the governor's show when I was in high school. I see, this is, man, I miss drawing. Like, I used to be pretty good at it, and I really need to like buckle down and spend some time just drawing, like not sketching. You know what I mean? I still sketch for concepts and stuff, but it's nothing like disciplined. And I need to get back to it. I really do. It's been a long time. Thank you guys. Thanks, Lai. And then this was also down there. This is nothing special, and it's got something charcoal. I don't know. Yeah, this was just a thing I had to do for an art class. It was with it. It's nothing fancy, or I think it was something that I didn't really want to do, but we had to do, kind of thing. You know. I don't know, but yeah, that was the main thing I wanted to show was my Brandon Lee picture. And I didn't plan the song to be on. That was just pure coincidence. So look at that. Because this song is, of course, on the soundtrack for The Crow. But yeah, that was some art that I did way back when in high school. And wish I could say I was good at art. Corpse, I've seen stuff you've made. You do just fine, sir. Love it, man. Please do more drawing. I definitely need to. Maybe I should make myself spend some time off stream drawing so I'm more comfortable with it. And then maybe we can do some drawing streams too. Just to kind of recap though, and again, if you guys were here at the beginning, I'll keep it short, but to recap, the reason why today's a bit of an off stream, you know, a little bit of a light stream, we're gonna get things planned and prepped and ready and get our armature done, our foil armature for the pumpkin, and then we'll start sculpting on the next stream. I was originally going to take today off and get the winning candy corn monster shipped out, but the post office is closed today. I totally didn't realize that until I woke up this morning. So I said, well, screw it. I'll stream today. We'll get planning done and get everything prepped for sculpting. And then I'll take tomorrow off and get that thing shipped and get a few odds and ends done. Because not only did I have the showcase for the candy corns to shoot over the weekend, but basically since the end of stream on Thursday, I've been occupied with this. And I know I have a bit bigger, yeah, let's go here. This is what I've been up to. I had to basically relearn how to do all of this and then do it. And then I did. And now I'm done. Love the website. Thanks, Line. So yeah, FeralMoon.studio. Do I have that queued up here? Let me put a link in the chat. FeralMoon.studio is live. It'll be a nice little hub for my work in the future. We've got videos. These are all, right from my YouTube catalog. And there's a full page of those as well with my entire video catalog. A little about me section there. If you want to learn a little bit more, there you go. A feed from my Instagram that'll update automatically. Look at that. 1,000 plus Ravens collectively. That's you guys. Oh, and then there's this. We discussed this a little bit at the start of the stream, but this will take you to the contact page, and we'll go there here in a second, and I'll tell you a little bit more. But in a nutshell, I haven't flung open the door to commissions, but I've left it cracked and unlocked. All right. And we'll talk about that in a minute. I, of course, have to show off the jerboa. So the jerboa is on there with a little slider. And then I've got this little section. This is what I was mentioning earlier when Pantarius was in. This is something I wanted to do. This browser, by the way, is automatically set to put websites in dark mode. So it does some things like Doomfruit's logo here looks weird. That's just the browser. Same with Design by Joe's logo. It does it with emotes as well. It's strange. But I wanted to do this as a means of recognizing some people that I greatly admire and respect. Friends of the channel. And as it says, some of these folks listed here have taught me a great deal of things or inspired me in some way. But every single one of them here is someone that I believe deserves your attention. Some really incredible artists here and multiple, mediums, whether it be goldsmithing or illustration or sculpting, a little bit of everything there. So if you are not following these people, there's a good selection right there. I don't see my face on there. Corpse! Why you got to do that? I respect each and appreciate each and every one of you in chat as well. All right, I do. I truly do. The about page, that's a little anchor link. It'll take you right down there. Of course, gallery. Again, dark mode is messing with things here. It looks better than this normally. But that's just the browser doing things. My video catalog. And these kind of play with a nice little pop-up. You can close those. Blog, there's nothing there yet, but there will be in the future. So keep an eye out on that. And then contact. This is where I was talking about. You hit that contact button, it's going to bring you here. And just so everybody's aware, again, I'm not flinging open the door to commissions, but we're unlocking it and leaving it cracked. As it says, I make no guarantees when it comes to accepting commissions, but I am more than willing to hear your ideas. And if I think it's a good fit for me and something that I'll enjoy and something that we can make work with budget, etc., then by all means, we'll have a nice little conversation, get all the details sorted out. And I would be happy to start doing some work outside of what I normally do, or just for me, we'll say. Because as many of you know, I have not done any work. That's not something that I just did for myself. So looks like you need to turn off show title since you put it on twice by the looks of things. Oh, no. So that's just like a little like accent thing. It just looks weird on this browser because the browser itself has a setting to automatically put websites in dark mode. And I have it on because I do like it for some things, but other things it does weird stuff like this. Like, let me see. Let's go back over here for a second. Just because you guys are going to get slammed with a bunch of feedback in the window if I don't. Let me pull up Firefox. Yeah, it's like a shadow kind of detail effect, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's just a style, and for whatever reason, so like if I go back over here, now you see it doesn't look so shit because the dark mode wants to fill this in on the browser setting, and that's what it's doing. Edge renders it normally in dark mode, everything's fine. Yeah, because the website itself is a dark mode website because I hate light mode. But yeah, that browser, well, here, I'll show you. Let me pull my Twitch dashboard over here, right? Now you see chat. Oh, of course the music thing's in the way. Here, let's do this. No. Okay, well, whatever. So if I do, yeah, look at my dancing emote. He looks weird, right? So you see him, he looks like he's oh, I can't think of the filter, you know, almost like an infrared reversed. But yeah, I don't know why it does that. Yeah, it's strange. Negative effect. That's exactly what I was trying to think of, Dragon. Can you tell I need some rest? So yeah, it's strange that it does that with some things, but I like to use a separate browser for stream, you know what I mean? That way it's not auto-populating with my personal information or anything like that. I have dark mode too, but it looks good. It might be, so that was Opera. And it's something with Opera. It's not my everyday browser. You know, like I said, I just use it for stream. But it's an all right browser for what I've used it for. Maybe. Yeah. Because if I turn that dark mode setting off, everything looks normal. But it is kind of a nice setting because, like, you know, if you go to a website that's not like a dark mode, it automatically just makes it dark. So, and I keep my room relatively low light because that's what I prefer. So, like, light mode websites are just like blinding. Website looks very nice, by the way. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. You know, I'm sure I'll add more. There's a couple things that I have yet to do. I'm going to get myself a proper domain email address, for instance. I got to set that up yet. But one thing at a time, right? I think this is what we're working with here. This is kind of what I'm thinking as far as all of that goes. Do a little bit of accentuation around the eyes. And then I very much want to do like some detailing around the top of the eye. That may just actually kind of around the eye altogether. Because remember, we're not making like a jack-o'-lantern, right? We're making a pumpkin monster. So the traditional rules here don't necessarily apply as far as like the general aesthetic of the pumpkin. Obviously, the general shape of the pumpkin, but like we can go in, give him a little bit more facial detail, and ignore like the bevel rules on the pumpkin and give him some like some cheekbones that kind of go into the smile a bit. And like some muscle tissue kind of effect going on back in here. Maybe some like holes and recessions in the lip line. I think that's definitely the ballpark we want to shoot for. And as far as scale, a little bit bigger than this guy. A little bit. Now, question here is, you should carve a real pumpkin? You know, I haven't done that in a long time. I'm just not a big fan, I guess. It's an awful lot of work for a short period of time, and then there's always some asshole that comes along and smashes the pumpkin. I like all three sets. So, what do you guys think? And again, I may do multiple pumpkins. We're only going to focus on sculpting one at a time, though, for sure. Eh. Just gonna erase this mess up here. Should genetically engineer a pre-carved pumpkin that's ripe at this time of year and plant a bed of pumpkins in your front yard. Yeah, like it's not, you know, I like seeing carved pumpkins and stuff. It's cool. I don't have anything against it. I guess I just don't really find much enjoyment because it is so temporary. And like I said, the last time I spent a good bit of time carving a pumpkin and I was super happy with it, some dickhead smashed it and that ruined it for me, you know? So if I ever sculpted another pumpkin, I'd probably have to, you know, rig up some kind of contraption hooked to a car battery. So when somebody came up to try to grab it, they wouldn't be grabbing much else. But his name is Billy Corgan. Wait, what? Right click on the page, disable force dark pages, opera's weird. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? That's it. Let me see if that works real quick. Also, you want to hear something crazy? You know how much it would cost me to get FeralMoon.com? Take a stab. Don't look it up. Don't cheat. How much do you think it would cost me to get FeralMoon.com? The jerk that smashes. Oh, Jesus Christ. How did I not get that? I'm sorry, line. Wow. $14? If only. 200? Not even. Nope. Unfortunately, that's not even close. Okay. Contact page. Right click. Disable force dark page. Hey, that worked, dude. Thank you. That worked. Over $5,000. Over $5,000 for FeralMoon.com. Renews at 160. See, limit yourself to $100. Why not make it 5,000? Sorry, I missed that, Corpse. I was looking back to make sure I didn't miss anything. Well, so the budget thing is a drop down when you fill out the form, Corpse. There's 30 to 100, 100 to 200 or something like that. There's various ranges. And I think it maxed out at I maxed it out at 5,000 just because that's ridiculous anyways. Yeah, even through them, Hugh. Yep. It's because somebody owns it. Not like, I don't think it's an individual. I think it's one of those firms or whatever. You know what I mean? And it's because something to do with like it's a high value name. I mean, I know obviously, but but I figured FeralMoon.studio works perfectly, you know. It was a toss up between that and .art, but I kind of like .studio. Might go with a little bit of like a bumpiness on the brow. I think that's probably okay. Just throwing my pencil around. Don't mind me. I think that's probably right around the ballpark we're gonna shoot for with our first sculpt. What do you guys think on the eyes? Anybody see a pair that stands out to them? Because I am undecided, man. I like all of them. And like, if we don't use these for this one, I think we're going to have to use these for the next one, because look at that. I like that a lot. Also, out of curiosity, Pencil said, nope, I'm out of here. Yep. You're, ooh, a little bit of a glow right there. Let's kill the lights for a second. That's kind of cool, man. The red ones don't glow, but these ones do. Ah, man, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Also, this is cool. Check this out. Whoops. It's a little bit faint. There we go. The orange paint illuminates. All right, lights back on. Okay, so that's a pretty good start for our first one. A concept anyway, right? So I think that means we can go ahead and start working with some foil. But yeah, Hugh is Namecheap is actually who I went through. I've used Bluehost in the past. They were good, but Namecheap was a little bit less expensive. Just get myself a nice little solid core here. And then once we get this made up, we may sketch another concept. We'll see. Like I said, I just needed, I hope you guys do understand, you know, a little bit of a shorter, lighter stream today. I've just been super busy all weekend working on everything. Everything I was doing all weekend was either website or Feral Moon focused in some way. And like I said, not a complaint. I enjoyed every minute of it. But it's time to pay the piper and get some rest, I suppose. And kudos, and you know, big love to Menchie for being incredibly supportive and understanding when I'm like, hey, can I have 3 days to just go into super focus mode? And thankfully she's got Final Fantasy 16 she's playing, so you know, she had something to do while I was occupied. Gotta have switch off time? Yeah. I want to get to a point where I'm able to stream more than Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays with the occasional added stream. Like schedule wise, I want to at least add one more day to the mix for multiple reasons. One, gives me more time to get work done. Two, I enjoy this, so naturally I want to do more of it. And three, like, you know, it's something Andy's brought up with them increasing prices on subs and stuff like that. I do want to make sure, you know, you guys have plenty of opportunity to get your money's worth out of those sub fees and all of that. Because, you know, it's not cheap. Basically, I'm just going to keep working this up until we get to roughly the size we want. We'll do a little bit less like packing in, and then I'll do a little bit of shaping as we condense that foil down, press it into place. This is where I want a vise. Be nice to have a vise. Just kind of smush some foil. And then as far as, like I was saying earlier, as far as stream goes, since there's not going to be a stream tomorrow, so I can handle things and get a little bit of rest. Wednesday, I do have an appointment, but it's Wednesday it's like 11 to noon, so I should be able to stream for a little bit on Wednesday. Kind of make up for no stream tomorrow. Let's see. Yeah. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to kind of just bulk it around the sides on this one. I'm going to try to get through this entire armature process without complaining about without complaining about aluminum foil. The temptation is there. I will say I'm looking forward to returning to a sculpt with an with a wire armature as opposed to just foil. Our candy corns were 100% foil armatures as well. And we may still do another candy corn, by the way, since we have an armature already. This is going to be my reference for future iterations. I think that's a perfect size. And if we were to make those into something that's molded and casted, or I made a series of one of ones, you know, I could sell them for a decent price, right? These ones, man, if I sold these, man, I'd probably have to put like 30 to 50 bucks on them, you know? I ended up using quite a bit of material because the scale got a little bit carried away, you know. Ended up a little bit bigger than I initially planned. But I like them. I'm kind of glad that I have a couple larger ones too. So. So is anybody else working on any fun projects right now? I know, Rose, you've been making some progress on your LARP outfit and all of that, which is coming up this coming weekend, isn't it? I'm just kind of rolling these edges because we don't want it to be like a hockey puck, right? And I find as long as you keep up on this, it kind of prevents things from being a hassle as it gets bulked out. Keep your core nice and compacted as you're working. It makes things easier when it gets towards the latter stages of finalizing your armature. Plus, it's just better to have it solid anyways. Drawing nothing too fancy. I do want to give some more practical art a go this weekend, if that makes sense. Yeah. You got some plans for the weekend then? Some drawing, some painting? Yeah, Rose? Nice. Nice. Well, I hope you have good weather for your event this weekend. I'm hoping we have good weather here. It's a little bit rainy this weekend, which, you know, whatever, it afforded me the time to go into focus mode and build a website. But if it's nice this coming weekend, I want to hit the trails with Minchie and go for a hike. Gotta love a fall hike, you know, with the leaves and nice cool air. That's my favorite thing right there is autumn hikes in the woods. I love hiking. I just hate doing it in the summertime when it's humid and gross. We're going to do a little bit of the pumpkin bevel in the foil itself. A little bit. I haven't decided yet. We may use a little bit of ultralight in addition to the foil. It is a nice little method. It costs a little extra, sure. But I do like the control that the ultralight gives me over the foil to kind of create that base shape layer, or fill in any kind of voids when we're talking about like the mouth cavities. If you remember, had a nice open cavity on the mouths with the foil armature, so that way I had freedom to do as I pleased, and then I went in with ultralight and filled in that cavity and shaped it. that worked out real well. Had I practiced a little bit more care for future me, it wouldn't have been such a nightmare to paint, but you know, you live and you learn, right? Not sure, just scribbling ideas and jotting down notes. I'm gonna raid the art shop for supplies. Want to get off the page and do something else. Nice, dude. I've been wanting to make a nice little trip to the hobby store myself. Nothing that pops to mind that I absolutely need, but sometimes you don't know until you see it. I do know there's a couple things I need to get. I need to get another bottle of isopropyl because all they had was 91% when I bought that bottle. And I prefer 70%. And there was something else too. I think I might need more. I'm getting close to needing more fluid medium or something. I'll have to check. I enjoy going, but my bank card comes into the shop kicking and screaming. That's fair. That's fair. Looking at the weather, I may be complaining about being too warm. Oh no. You getting a heat wave? I think it's, let me see. Let me pull up the weather real quick. We're supposed to get lows around, yeah, 33 degrees Fahrenheit. That's like 3 degrees Celsius, right? 0 is freezing in Celsius, correct? So 32 is freezing in Fahrenheit. So it's like 1 degree? 1 degree Celsius? That's the low on Wednesday. The highest high this week is 66 Fahrenheit. I'll take it though, man. I'll take it. It's going to be a rainy week, it looks like, though. I didn't even look at the weekend. Let me see. Ooh. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sunny. It's just rainy until we get there. South England. They get a little bit warmer, do they? A little more sunshine, maybe? Although where I live, my state, we don't. I mean, I guess this year we've had a lot of sunshine this summer. It's been unusual. But a good part of the year, it's gray skies. I don't so much mind it. Sometimes it's a bit of a drag, you know? Sometimes. You see, this is probably a good idea. Getting this done and out of the way. And then this way, once we sit down on the next stream, we can get right into the clay stuff, right? So thank you guys for understanding and hanging out with me today while we do like the less fun stuff, you know. I guess there's fun in planning and prepping. But it certainly makes it a lot more fun hanging out with y'all, having conversation over what's otherwise a pretty mundane process. In comparison to Midlands, yeah. Yeah, see, if we went south, it would be more consistently better weather, but too far south and we're dealing with hurricanes, and I'll pass on that. No way in hell I'd want to deal with that every single year, you know? Much less multiple times a year. We're going to be the new Atlantis with the rain we have. Non-stop, is it? It's rainy today here, but over the weekend we had some showers and such. It would kind of break. The sun would come out. And then it would rain again a bit. One of those weekends. Yeah, these hurricanes have completely destroyed whole towns and small counties. Yeah, it's nuts, man. Yeah, Minchie's from Florida. She moved up here for me. Can you believe it? And I think she misses some things about it, but mostly not. I think it's mostly just friends that she has down there. But yeah, her friends are still down there, and her mother lives in Florida. Thankfully, everybody got through the hurricane okay. Funny thing is, earlier in the year, it got brought up moving to North Carolina. I have zero desire to move to North Carolina. Zero desire. And I was like, yeah, for one, I have a list of reasons, but for one, hurricanes. And she said, they don't get hurricanes. I said, no. And hell, the places that got hit the worst in North Carolina, I think, are inland, aren't they? Dodged a bullet there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't, I'm not like super keen on my state by any means, but I find all places have the same levels of nonsense. And I'd rather stay where I'm comfortable, I guess. That's my thoughts on it. I've lived in Illinois. I miss Illinois. I miss Illinois a lot sometimes, but
Spoon!
a lot of people where I lived in Illinois. Spoon indeed. I need a tick costume. We're going to do this just to get a nice solid wrap. A little bit on top and around, a little bit on the bottom and around. Okay. We're close. We are close. Miss living in Chicago, man. Yeah. I'm not one. I don't like crowds. I don't like big gatherings of people. I could never live in a city, but I miss Chicago. I miss Chicago. I used to live north of Chicago, and I would take the train into the city. Man, what a cool city. And like, if you're an architecture nerd, oh boy, there's so much cool architecture in that city. Had to move back to Indianapolis a few years ago. Yeah, you're not too far though, right? Like a little bit of a drive even. You can go visit. How about a clay moon? Wait, for what, Shires? Just to make it? You know what would be cool is to make one that's hollow with translucent clay and make it light up. That would be freaking awesome. Indiana isn't necessarily my favorite place whatsoever, but I grew up here. Yeah, I moved back to where relatively where I'm from. Not where I'm from, but within driving distance, I suppose. And like, I am glad to see my state's finally making some policy changes that makes sense for a change. That's at least comforting. But more than anything, I know the area with my anxiety disorder, man. It sucks leaving even when I know my way around. Could you imagine? Could you imagine not knowing your way around and having an anxiety disorder? Ugh, yeah. That sounds like hell. And then unfortunately, you have to look at the politics of each state. And again, not to say mine are perfect, but they're far from it. But we don't have a Trailer Park Susie with a tinfoil hat spouting nonsense, as a representative. So there's that. Play sculpted moon mascot. Why not? Yeah, it would be cool. I agree. That's how I feel about Buxton at this point. I don't mind it. It's just meh. Yeah. There's things that and there's things around here that I really like. There's a lot of cool things. Let me rephrase. There are some cool things to do.
It's time to take a short break.
Already?
Stand up, stretch and hydrate.
All right, already. There's some cool things to do, but what is here to do, I enjoy, Or we're within a decent, like a reasonable trip. You know what I mean? A little day trip kind of stuff. So. Oh, okay. What's up, man? Happy Monday. Welcome in. Unfortunately, the politics in my state are as far as you can get from my beliefs. Yeah, that's how it was for the longest time here. And like I said, finally, just like out of nowhere, seemingly, the general majority came to their senses. And we've passed some policy in recent years that it's kind of shocking, but I'm glad to see it. I enjoyed my visit to London and Destroy All Humans too. I've never been. Never been. We got an ad break coming up soon. We'll hold on this. The next couple layers, we're going to pack in a little bit more loose, and we'll start doing a little bit of a ridge formation here. That'll help with the shaping later once we start putting clay on. I just need to find a nice tool Yeah, maybe this guy. Yeah, that might work. We'll try that guy. We'll do that after break. This is a nice solid little puck here. This will be a nice little core for our pumpkin. I can tell I'm just used to seeing the old buildings at this point. I know I'm tempted to say, wait, what? AC/DC on loud and the death ray on overheat. Just working out some aggression there, Captain Shires. About London? Oh, not fans of London, hey? I don't know enough to understand. London have a bad reputation or what? All right. Ads starting soon, guys. Thank you for being here. It is that time. Another hour has passed somehow. Before we get into the ad break, though, I'm going to throw some links at you. First and foremost, to the main YouTube channel where you can find all my showcases. And to the Discord. Best place for all the latest updates. You can share your artwork in there. We love to see it. Let us know when you're going live if you stream, because I like to lurk. And so, sometimes I'm even able to actually chat and say hello. But yeah, hope to see you there. And also, a little bit of a new addition here. We've got a brand new website that just went online effective last night. You can check that out as well. But we do have a 3-minute ad break coming up. I'll put the break screen up. You guys won't miss anything. It's a great opportunity to stretch and all that. And I will see you after the break. There's a lot of Brits that will tell you just don't go to London if you want to explore the UK. No kidding. That's shocking to me. Why is that? Also, I'll put the break screen up, but I'll be here. I have a friend years ago. He went to London and really enjoyed it. He was meeting somebody there, of course. You know, he had a friend that he was hanging out with that lives in London. But yeah, I'm curious. What's wrong with London? See that's familiar to me, but I'm just a stupid American. I don't They barely teach us US history here, you know? And the version they do teach us is very convenient, we'll say. Henry VIII era? I just know the song. I'm Henry VIII, I am. Wait a minute. You try calling me.
Welcome
my
back.
grandfather. Oops.
Let's get to it.
Let's do that. Also, what is this? Oh, okay. Nothing. Sorry. I had an email. I thought it was important. It's not. All right, let's get back to it. Yeah, I don't know. I used to really enjoy world history. One of my favorite classes. I did well in it, but it's like my brain just like discarded all of that information. And anymore, aside from the implications that everything holds on day-to-day life for myself and not even just myself, but just people in general, I don't really entertain the whims of politicians and governments. It's silly. It's also silly to me. And like truly, borders and countries, and we really are an interesting species, aren't we? Again, we're not going to pack this in too terribly much because I want to do a little bit of shaping, get a general formation kind of worked in here. London's a lovely visit if you're a tourist. But as a Brit, to go to London, it's like you've jumped into the darkest, deepest dungeon with the worst kinds of names, living in the fancy buildings. Gotcha. Kind of a hotbed for strong feelings, is it? It's like I've never been to New York. As a younger person, I wanted to go visit New York. I knew I would never really be content or happy living in a city like New York, but I did want to visit it. As I've gotten older, that desire has disappeared. There's just too many people. The city is filthy and gross. Nope. Sorry if anybody lives in New York, but y'all just started using trash cans. What? That video of the Mayor Adams that's now embroiled in controversy, wheeling out a trash can and showing put your trash in a trash can, prevent rats. Like, no shit. The rest of us have been doing that for ages. Welcome to the party, guys. Strong feelings, something like that. Little temple on the top of a hill in Buxton that was built at the end of the 1800s, Solomon's Temple. That's a nice little view and walk. No kidding. Man, I wish I could share. I wish we didn't live in a world that's full of weirdos and I could just talk openly and not worry. Because there's like something really cool near me that I'd love to talk about and even share with you guys. But like to do so would be totally doxing myself. You know what I mean? It, it annoys me. It's a shame. I don't think any of you guys are weirdos, except for Corpse. Corpse is a weirdo, but we love him anyways. Let's see if Corpse is still there. I'm bloody weird. Yeah, I'm weird too, but not like weird in a weird way, right? Weird in a pleasant way, right? I'm talking about people that go out of their way just to be fucking weird. That's more. But you guys know. I don't. It is not my. Aside from the anxiety, which is kind of just fueled from exactly this, but it's not within my normal nature to be so like. I like to be open about things, but obviously, got to be careful there these days. So while I like my natural inclination is like, oh, I want to talk about this cool thing, I can't. Not in a setting like this anyway. Nice little start to a shape there. May have looked up how old Buxton is. How old is it? It's chaotic with all the business folks. They're like clockwork toys. They follow such an automated routine and forget other people exist. Yeah, see, that's what I picture like walking down the streets in New York City. It just sounds awful. Like it's just a sea of people. There's too many people in one spot. And everybody's in their own little world. That would just make me hate life. I could never live my daily life like that. Right on top of people. Hell, at this point in my life, living in an apartment complex is too much. No, mostly just because people don't really have any respect, at least around here. People don't really have any respect for their neighbors. I'm gonna do something here. Get a little bit of a lip at the top. Fool's Cavern be old? 6,000 years. My goodness. Like it was founded that long ago? God, we don't even have anything. Our country's not even that old. Okay. It's at the bottom of the hill for walking up to Solomon's Temple. Oh, Pool's Cavern. This will just give me a general form here. Obviously, some of it's going to get covered up, and we may cut a little bit away once we go into actual sculpting. But this way I'm not fighting against the foil when I'm putting clay on and trying to get my bevels in. I did that one without this process, but I figured why not? I'll give this a shot and see how it goes and see how I like it. And if it's a process that I like, then I can repeat it. If not, lesson learned, and I'll go back to the old way. But that's, as we've talked about in the past, I think that's one of the joys of the process of learning is finding new processes and trying them and see if they work for you individually or not, or seeing if you can adjust that technique or procedure to work better for you, or, you know, whatever. That's a hell of a shiny pumpkin, though. We're done. Look. Metal pumpkin. Sculpt complete. We're finished. Kind of reminds me of a peeled orange because of the size. Also, just want to take a moment and just kind of thank you guys for being an awesome community. Like we may be just starting out, relatively speaking, and all, but I think we have a pretty damn awesome community. And I know you guys that have been around know that there's been periods through the summer where, you know, streaming, this is all streaming the sculpting and everything, and as opposed to just doing YouTube. It's all new, and you know, we won't retrack all the things, but you guys know that there was periods where I kind of struggled with where to go or what I was doing with this whole thing. And I just want to say first and foremost that I'm feeling a lot better about my direction with all of this. And a lot of that has to do with the encouragement and support of folks like you in this community, and the chats and conversations we have on stream. So thank you guys, because you guys have kept me going through some times where frustration could have very easily led me to throw my hands up and just go back to doing YouTube videos. But I didn't. And here we are. And I truly appreciate that. You know, we may not be on a high tier of stream at this point quite yet, but I think we have some pretty good conversations. We have some pretty amazing people in this community, and honestly, for streaming since, I mean, sculpting, we'll just say since like April or May, right? We're only streaming that amount of time and coming into this with like nothing really to build it off of. When I can go live on a Monday and we're sitting here with 15 viewers with no raids contributing to that, that's pretty good, man. And that does not escape me. I recognize how fortunate I am to be sitting in a position like that. And that's truly all of you guys, you know, folks that make an effort to be here and at the very least leave a lurk to show support. And then there's folks that are here almost on a daily basis. That's awesome, man. Thank you guys. Down Light Road. That's about as far as I know. Why is Buxton so cold? We're not quite there yet, are we? It's pretty small. I think. Ah, man, I don't really want to use more foil. More foil. More foil. We need to go both directions. It needs to be bulked out top to bottom and side to side. For sure. We may end up incorporating some ultralight in this just to make things go a little bit quicker. And if I do have to do that, I might just do it off stream so I can bake it and have it ready to go. Let's see. What would be a good way to maximize? Because there's really nothing you can do, is there? It's just work it layer by layer. That's the nature of foil. You can't really do much else. Take bets on how long before I forego this whole process and just start putting foil on here and worry about the shaping after the fact. To be fair though, I did start this a little bit early. The altitude, is that why it's so cold? That's one thing I don't miss about Chicago was the winters. Whew. They don't call it the Windy City for nothing. Plus we were right on the lake, so lake effect snow. I will say though, that breeze in the summertime was nice because I remember summers where it was like in the 90s, you know, the 30s Fahrenheit or Celsius. And with that constant breeze, man, it felt much cooler and it was comfortable. It didn't feel like you step out the door and you got smacked in the face with humidity. You know, it was much more pleasant with that breeze. We're getting there. We get it a little bit bigger. I'll be comfortable bulking out the rest with some clay. What I'd really like to do is find a way to make these guys hollow where I don't have to rip out a bunch of foil, because that doesn't sound like a fun time at all, if I'm being honest. Yeah, it'd be cool to make a hollow one. So a light could be applied internally there. And now there is the idea of building it over top of a small like round jar. That's always something that could be done. Also, I gotta show you guys something. So you know my candles, right? Keep that in mind. I'm gonna read chat real quick. I always sit and lurk because I'm still learning English. It's hard for me to answer quickly and translate the stream. I understand about 50% of what you say, but you have a very pleasant voice and it's nice to listen to you. You're also a very nice and talented person. Well, I appreciate that, Pantarius, and absolutely by no means, no reason to feel any sort of way. I totally get it. I appreciate the lurk. truly. And by all means, if there is ever anything that you want clarification on, I'd be happy to try to help, you know. Myself, I obviously English is my first language. And I do speak, I see, I hate to even say that I speak Spanish because I don't. I never get the opportunity, and it's been so long. It's one of those things that if you don't practice a second language, you lose it. I still pick up on things. And oftentimes I'll try to, like, not oftentimes, but on occasion, I'll try to expose myself to someone speaking only Spanish and see what I can retain out of that. But yeah, it's just one of those things I unfortunately don't get to practice very often. But learning another language is difficult, man. It really is. And then here in the US, it's not really a strong focus in our education system. You know, you got your Spanish, your French, your German. Some schools offer Latin. But it's a very rudimentary education, right? And very basic. And in fact, when I lived north of Chicago, it was a town that people called Little Mexico because it was a very, very predominantly Hispanic area. I freaking loved it there. My first trip into a grocery store when I moved there, I was the only, like, English speaking Caucasian person in there, and it was amazing to me. I found that living in that area and exposing myself to the culture in the area, right, and the language, like, being a lot of people spoke Spanish, I learned more from that than I did in 3 years of high school Spanish. But the problem is, once I moved away, like I said, it's just one of those things you don't get to practice. And you don't use it on a daily basis, and you just get super rusty. I've forgotten a lot of the conjugation stuff, and but, like, I can still pick up on things. Somebody sent me something not long ago where somebody was talking to them in Spanish, and I was able to get the gist of it. So that made me feel a little bit better. We got some loose pieces. We need a clean wrap, but I think that puts us at, like, a good spot for a basic form, and then expand off of that with a little bit of ultralight. Shape it up, get our mouth shape in place. We won't be fighting against the foil for our bevels. We'll be working with it for the most part. Let's get a nice clean wrap on that. That's a bit much. That's a bit much. We're going to go top to bottom and just make sure we're covering up all that loose foil. And then on the bottom, if need be, I can always add a dab of super glue or some tape. See, that's one of the things too. Like, before this roll, I had some pretty heavy duty foil, and it took less foil to bulk out, but man, it was a pain to work with. So it's kind of like a trade-off in a way, right? Do you want it to be easier to work with or bulk out faster? and I think ultimately easier to work with. I think easier to work with wins out anytime, right? Stevie Seal coming in with 4 months of trying to steal Jeb. Stevie, dude, thank you so much for the 4-month resub, man. I hope you're having a great start to your week. And I truly appreciate the support, dude. Thank you so much. I can't wait to get Jeb a new home in a display case. But like, it's one of those things. It's like I provided it. I provided that case that I want. What is happening?
Suddenly, I heard a tap.
Oh, hello there.
As of someone gently rapping at my chamber door.
Stevie just coming in like, hey, let me drop this resub and hit you with a raid. Raiders, welcome in. Stevie, how was stream? How we doing? And welcome in, Raiders. Try Mooney Arnie, welcome in. Good to see you, man. Hope you're having a great start to your week, and I hope you had a wonderful weekend. We are, it's a bit of a light stream today. We're kind of getting into the finishing touches. But I wanted to get an armature, and we did some sketching here today, just to kind of get an idea of what we're going for, or at least a rough idea. I need to do a bit more drawing in my free time and get back to being a bit more comfortable with it. I used to draw all the time, and I was pretty decent at it. And now I just pretty much do sketches, like really rough sketches. But yeah, that's a little basic idea of what we're going for. Probably altered a little bit by the time it's all said and done. But welcome in, folks. And let me do the thing. Stevie, what were we working on today? And folks, if you're not following Stevie Seal, there's a shout out there in the chat. Make sure you show some love. Drop a follow. Welsh Jenny's coming in on the raid. Welcome in. Yeah, shout out in the chat for Stevie Seal. Doc Martin, good to see you. And how was stream, Stevie? Need to find my pumpkin? Your Choo Choo Charles looking thing. That thing's gonna be wild, man. Sorry, I was seeing my son off. No, you're fine. You're right here with the rest of them, Jenny. Yeah. Stevie, do you have a picture of the... If you want to post one in the Discord, we can take a look real quick. And then I'll just do a little spiel on what we're doing. So this was my first YouTube video. Just, I mean, real basic stuff, but I really like him. He was fun. He is super heavy because he is like solid clay. What I did with this guy was I baked a core ball and then worked around it. I don't know why. I don't know. But that's what I did. He's like a freaking paperweight. So much like what we did with our candy corns here, I started off, I made the candy corns right before I made this guy when I got back into sculpting. And so we revisited the candy corns and scaled them up and did more detail and had a bit of fun with them, right? We're doing the same thing with my pumpkin. This is a little rough sketch, kind of what we're going for here. And I'm trying to choose between these 3 sets of eyeballs. But today we're having a bit of a light planning, sketching, and getting the armature done so we can start sculpting on the next stream kind of day. Because I've been super busy with Feral Moon stuff all weekend. And I'll be happy to show some of that off here momentarily, but we'll get to Stevie's stuff first. Are we alone now? But yeah, I think that's a nice start for a pumpkin. And like I said, I may very well do a little bit more bulking with some ultralight because I would like him to be a little bit bigger. So I think a nice coat with ultralight would bulk that up some. And then by the time that's baked and we're adding our proper layers on, we'll be kind of right in that realm that, as far as scale goes, that I'm looking to be. So let me hop over here. Goofy Goober, welcome in. How we doing? That's really cool. Thank you. Yeah, it's a start. It's a start. Let's take a look here. Stevie, we got anything in... Oh my, we got some stuff in the art gallery. And then just a reminder too, we've got the community showcase channel. If you've got something you're working on this month or finishing up and you'd like to share it, on the last Thursday stream of each month, we do a community showcase where we take some time out of our proper stream and dedicate it exclusively to you guys. You have, I do. Yeah, it's chilly. Posted video and community. Okay. Freaky Deek, welcome in, man. Welcome in. There's another one right there. What? Will it let me do the shout out yet? There it is. There's another person you should be following if you're not already. Freaky Deek is an incredibly talented sculptor, and he also streams here on Twitch. And let's take a look. So you posted it in... I see it. I see it, Stevie. So... Sorry. Dude, that's freaking terrifying. Could you imagine seeing that for real? Like, you're just driving and that thing's on the railroad tracks beside you. So you have like a plan for the casing on it, or like the actual like exterior of the train? How's that gonna work? That's really cool, man. I'm a seal trapped in a human body. Are these stickers I see there, Stevie? Those look like stickers, sir. How does one acquire said stickers? Oh, we got some pictures here too. Okay. Here, let's hop over to the full screen. Hey, you guys want to see my sausage suit?
Ask me about my wiener.
Send me your postal address and wait. I mean, surely I can purchase them somewhere, yes? Yes, freaky follow Stevie. Stevie's awesome, man. If you guys don't know, I'm going to do another shout out here. It's not going to let me do the proper, but I can do this, I think. There it is. Thank you, Atticus. Yeah, Stevie's working on models over there. I think if I remember correctly, he mentioned as we get into the winter months, he's going to be focusing more on his model train set. And if you love miniatures and stuff like I do, dude, working with flock and ballast and all of that stuff alone, that's enough for me. I love that stuff. And it comes right, it's par for the course on that kind of thing, right? So yeah, that's the plan, Stevie. Very, very good. Very good. Well, there you go. Yeah, I like hanging out on Stevie's stream. Stevie's a good dude. Yeah, that's really cool, man. Now, Stevie, was this like a kit that attaches to trains, or how's that work? Haven't set up merch yet? Well, then we'll talk. I need a Stevie Seal sticker to go with on my carousel there, you know? Oh, I gotta show you guys something. A line craftery something. Also, don't let me forget. We're gonna hop over to the art gallery because I saw we had some other stuff in here. Look at this. Dragon Skullin'. Since today's stream is a pumpkin, I thought I'd share my pumpkin from last year. I still don't know what I'll do this year. Dude, that is awesome. Kudos, man, because like I said, I think pumpkin carving is great, and seeing what people do is awesome. It's just not my cup of tea. It's too much work for something so temporary for me, you know? And then, like I said, the last time I put effort into a pumpkin carving, some jerkwad came and smashed my pumpkin, so I've never really been inclined to do so since then. We got a video to take a look at. We'll do that as well. Also, Pantarius. Let me do the thing. Let me do the thing. Will it let me, or will I have to do the bot? There it is. Pantarius. Shout out in the chat. I've been watching her working on this. No, that is not a 3D print. It's so freaking clean. My God. And the paint job that she's been doing on this is gorgeous. So outstanding work. Yep, Pantarius is lurking. Yep. Yeah, she really is, man. You both are. Like, honest to God, man. So many talented people in this chat on a regular interval anymore. It's mind-blowing. Freaky Deek is one of them. Robotic spider kit from my favorite place, Temu. And then I had an old Loco body and glued it on. So you were able to, it wasn't even made to specifically fit it. You just made it fit to it. That's awesome, Stevie. Dopey Wolf? Is it Dopey or Doppy? I want to say Doppy. So much awesome creativity. It truly, man. Either's fine. Basically, that's awesome, Stevie. Props to you, sir. It's really cool. I've seen people make like Choo Choo Charles kinds of things, right? But none of them were like functioning in the sense that the legs actually moved. You know, they had like stationary legs on a moving train kind of thing. Seeing those legs move, that's freaking cool. So good job, dude. That's a lovely fox, right? Yeah, thanks for hopping over here, Jenny. Let's take a look at Dragon Scullin's video here. Headphone wearers, plug your ears for a minute. It might be loud. We'll mute the music. Let me do that. Let me hit the pause. We'll go full. We'll kind of skip through a little bit, and let me get you guys a link. Or wait. Yeah. This is your video, Dragon Skullin? Okay. Copy link. Paste the link in chat. And then we'll go back to the video. Yeah, drop a like, drop a follow if you want. And we'll kind of skip to like various points, you know. There's a bear. Pantarius, don't worry. Everything is a fox to corpse. Everything is a fox. My candy corns, foxes. Yep. The jerboa, fox. This pumpkin, probably also a fox. You didn't need to do it? Hey, no worries, man. Where's the fox? Now, I've never carved a pumpkin in this method. I've always done the more traditional sense, you know, you like cut out the chunks and stuff. So this process is definitely, like, I've seen people do it, but again, I've never done it myself. This is something, it's very in line with wood carving, isn't it? In this sense. My grandfather was a woodworker, is a woodworker. I mean, I hate to say was. He's still alive. He's just he's kind of aged out of being able to really do it like he used to. And now he's in an assisted living home, so he doesn't even have his workshop. But yeah, he would always carve us or make us things for Christmas, and it's something that just because of that, I want to do a bit of carving at some point and kind of get into it just to kind of carry that on. You know what I mean? My grandfather is definitely part of where I get my my creative drive from, for sure. There's the Nandy Mecca. You slipped right past me, sir. How are we doing today? I have a fox. There you go. Corpse. Pantarius has an actual fox sculpture. Pantarius says Menchie saw it. I'm sure she would love it. We'll go a little bit forward in the process here. And again, link in the chat. Make sure you leave a like if you could. Drop a follow if you want. Much softer, yeah. Kind of the same principle as far as like subtractive, right? But yeah, easier to work with, I'm sure, considering the density of it. You don't truly know how thick the flesh is until you poke through. Yeah. Yeah, because sometimes the pumpkin walls are a little bit misshapen. You right back? Hey, no worries, Captain Shires. We'll be here. Been lurking and cleaning up all the mess. All the painting mess, right? Always a paint. It's so much stuff. So much stuff in the painting process. This is wonderful work, dude. You know what's crazy? Like the pumpkin flesh almost looks like actual flesh texture, right? Does that help with that, or is that just to help smooth it out? I imagine a little bit of both, maybe? You know, I have seen people doing this with those fake styrofoam pumpkins that are made for carving. I could probably get behind that, because then it can't, well, I mean, I guess it could be smashed with a little added effort. But it's not going to rot. Right? It's a permanent thing. In fact, I think I follow somebody on Twitch that does that. Like sanding? Yeah, okay. Liquid Sculpey. The detail, man, I love it. I'm curious how you work out the pupil here. Let's see. Ooh, a little bit of an angled cut to get the round. Okay. It's something I want to work with in clay a little bit more too. I tend to be a bit more of an additive process worker. which, you know, naturally that's part of the process of clay, of course. But I find myself working in an additive manner more than a subtractive manner, where I feel like sometimes subtractive is probably easier. Not to, it would probably be a less of an ordeal in certain circumstances than trying to add clay to achieve the same effect. And it's something that I need to spend some time on, you know. And then you cut the, okay. Wait, what was that? Are those little pumpkin pieces? Oh, it is. Nice. Put some Vaseline, but if it dries out very fast, like the next day, you already see it changing. Oh, no. That's really cool, man. Final cleanup. Outstanding work, sir. As usual. And if you guys haven't seen the horse that he's working on, I'll scroll up here in a minute and show you that too. Hats off, man, because you're braver than I. That is a huge undertaking, sculpting a horse, drawing a horse, anything with a horse. We'll check out Shire's work here too. Look at this, absolutely insane. And we're in the like beginning formation phases here, right? With some additive clay for building out the cheekbone there, the shoulder, but like already the shaping and the detail just very nice, dude. Very nice. Put the music back on. All right, didn't need to shout at us though. Anything else we missed in here? I'm going to show you guys that, but Shire's been doing some drawing. Anybody recognize the inspiration here? These are really good, dude. Really good. It's better than my shitty little sketch over here, you know? I need to spend some time.
It's time to take a short break. Stand up, stretch and hydrate.
Already that time again. Wow. I need to spend some time. We were talking about it earlier. You know, we've got a bunch of people in. Maybe I'll show you guys. You guys want to see something I did in high school? I showed it earlier. I very much need to get back into drawing because the most I do now is sketching. And I used to draw all the time. And I was pretty decent. But I feel like I've gotten very, very rusty. Let's hop over here before break. I'll show you what I... Stop doing the thing, right? Can't see much. Yeah, this stupid Discord windows. I need to just start opening them in the browser, I suppose. So I did this my senior year in high school. I left it at my parents' house. It got beat to hell. And scratched up in some places, and it needs wiped off. It's super dusty. But this is a reverse charcoal where the whole sheet of paper is covered in charcoal. It's taped off on the edges. And then instead of using a pencil or other, marker or anything, to draw, like you're using an eraser and it's subtractive, And so I did The Crow. And this went to a governor's show in my state. And then, like I said, it was left at my parents' house and it wasn't taken care of at all. But yeah, that was from my senior year in high school, way back when the dinosaurs were still walking the earth. 2001. 2001 is the date. Good God. That's over 20 years ago, chat. And we got an ad break starting soon. We'll finish up after the ad break because it's going to be a futile race against the clock if we try to. But I got some other things to show you guys. But ultimately, the plan today came on. We did some sketching. I'm trying to decide between these 3 sets of eyes. We'll probably use 2 because I may very well sculpt a pumpkin, get it done, and ready for paint, and start another one, and then paint both at the same time. But I wanted to sketch, get some concept work done, get an armature in place, and get us ready to go, because I'll explain the rest after break here. But I will say no stream Tuesday. I was going to take today off and get this guy mailed and do some resting after the load of work that I did through the weekend on Feral Moon stuff. Post office is closed today. Didn't realize it until I woke up, so I decided today we'll stream and do this. And then tomorrow I'll get this shipped off. Stevie gifting a sub to Andy Mecca. Stevie, dude, thank you so much for the gifted sub. Thank you for the support, sir. I appreciate you. And Andy, enjoy the ad-free viewing and the emotes. Sorry, Six was reading his birthday card, but heard you mention that you were following someone that does artificial pumpkin carving. It's most likely Joey Edwards. That might be right. I'd have to look. I can't remember. I ended up there on a raid, Ezra, if I remember right. You do know that your work turned out great? Wait, what work? Means I'm not going to be getting to watch any of your streams till next week? Oh, you gotta leave for your thing? The 3 cuties? Oh, yeah, I love these guys. They turned out pretty fun. I had fun with the project for sure. And then this is the one that Joe has picked, so he's gonna get shipped off. And then let me cover his name here. I think he's got his name out publicly. That's how I ended up with it. But, you know, Designed by Joe was the winner of the Candy Corn Monster Scaredy Corn, a 1-of-1 creation. And this is getting sent with that, along with the. I had some stickers. They're not great. They're kind of see-through, but I figured why not? I'm gonna throw one in there, and then he's also gonna be getting a bag of candy corn. So I'm gonna get that all shipped off tomorrow. And we've got ads underway. We may as well. We only got 50 seconds left, so we may as well continue to chat, right? And as far as Rose, as far as streams for the rest of the week, yeah. Next stream's probably going to be Wednesday. I do have an appointment, but after the stream, or after the appointment, I'm going to try to stream a bit and start getting some clay on this. And then Thursday, of course, right? And then I might try to stream a bit over the weekend. We'll see. Ultimately, the goal is to at least add an extra day into streaming. And then, you know, I don't have like an official schedule, but I technically do because I stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, unless things have to be shuffled around. And I generally start in the same time frame, but I'm going to try to hammer that in.
Welcome back. Let's get to it.
I'm going to try to hammer that into a more concise, consistent schedule. it's easier for you guys to know. Because in my mind, I'm like, well, I mean, I basically stream the same times and the same days every week, but it's not anywhere listed. So I'm actually, to bring it up, I'm going to incorporate that right here, which is what I've been working on all weekend. I started basically Thursday after stream, and I haven't stopped until last night, including filming a showcase for the candy corns. FeralMoon.studio is live. Nice little hub to showcase my work. Also not Andy streams for me on the weekend. Yep. But you'll be having fun though, Rose. You'll be having fun. I have plenty of stories to share. And plenty of stories to share when you get back. And pictures, hopefully, right? Get us some pictures. Doppy, thank you for that follow. Welcome in. I do hope you're enjoying. So yeah, website's up. There's an About Me section here that I added if you want to know a little bit more. Possible? There you go. I've never done that stuff, and it always seemed fun. So I'm intrigued. And then this is a feed right from the Instagram. 1,000+ Ravens collectively across YouTube and Twitch. That's you guys. And then here's a little something. We'll show the full thing here in a moment, but as I've been saying, you guys know that all of my sculpting has been done something I've done for myself. I've not done commission work. I've not done stuff for sale. That's something that we've talked about I'd like to change. And I'm not throwing the door open on it, but the door is being left unlocked and cracked. Okay? And I'll emphasize on that here in a moment. Before we do that, though, if you visit the website right here, all these folks here, as it says, some of these people have inspired me and taught me a great deal, but all of them deserve your time. These are people that I respect, people that inspire me, people that do outstanding work that I truly think you should put eyes on, you know? Feral does a Kickstarter for what? I see a Feral Moon, a sculpt. Oh, geez. We're writing the lyrics. So yeah, it's been a busy weekend because I basically had to relearn all of this and get it all put together. Nothing on the blog yet. This will be something that, you know, we'll do more of in the future. But over here on the contact section, basically, I'm not throwing open the door to commission work, but I'm leaving it cracked. That is to say, I'm not going to guarantee that I'll accept a commission, but I'd love to hear ideas. And if you've got something that you'd like me to make, send me a message. You know, there's a thing here. You can select your budget that you want to work with, and then I can contact you back through email. And if it's something that I feel would be a good fit and I would have fun with it, then we'll have a good long discussion, a nice proper discussion, and make it happen. All right. So that is the plan with, you know, commissions moving forward. So a step forward, we'll say. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. It was a lot of work. I'm dead tired. Thank God Menchie is so supportive. She really let me just go super focus mode this weekend and hammer all of this out. And there's a bit more to be done, but the basics are here. You know, everything's functional. So there it is. FeralMoon.studio. FeralMoon.com was like $5,500 to purchase. So you put me up in the list. Yeah, absolutely, dude. Your sculpting is incredible work. And thank you, Freaky. I appreciate it, man. Nightmare Before Christmas? My problem with the Nightmare Before Christmas stuff, though, is like, you know, it's one of that piece right there, actually, in the bottom right corner right now. It's one of my favorite pieces I've done. I had so much fun making that. And I thought about returning to Jack and doing Jack Skellington in his Halloween suit. But like everybody and their brother has sculpted that, you know? And I just thought instead of retreading water and doing something that everybody's done, I'll just focus on other things. That's why I know earlier in the year I had said we're probably going to do another Jack for Halloween, and here I am not doing Jack Skellington, but that's kind of why I didn't. She allowed you to do that? She's a keeper? Yeah, she's pretty understanding about it. And she's super supportive about you know, my pursuits with this. In fact, she's the reason why I started it to begin with. I started playing around with clay, and then she's like, well, these are really good. Why don't you do something with this? And that's when I started the YouTube channel. So, yeah. So, yeah, the plan, like I said, I was going to take today off so I could go get that mailed off and handle a few things and then just kind of relax and catch my breath after some really intense few days. But then I woke up and I'm like, oh shit, it's a federal holiday and the post office is closed. So, you know, we got the basics done today. And then no stream tomorrow because I'm going to do what I intended to do today. I'll most likely be streaming on Wednesday around noon, 12:30 Eastern. We'll say that, somewhere in that ballpark. 12:30, 1 o'clock Eastern. And by the time I finish my appointment, grab some food. And then Thursday stream, of course. And then maybe a pop-up stream over the weekend. I probably will never schedule streams over the weekend for a multitude of reasons, between reserving that time in case, you know, Benchy and I are doing something or want to do something, or the fact that there's streams that I watch on the weekend that I don't want to be streaming over top of. Yeah. You know, some pop-up streams on the weekends, great. But I just don't see myself scheduling weekend streams personally. Yeah, thank you, Minchie, indeed. Yeah, she's been super, super understanding about it. So, anything else to show off in the Discord? I think we took a look at everybody's work. Look in Ezram. Yep, there's an Ezram. And there's another one, folks. Let me do the things. Ezra Music, shout out in the chat if you're not following Ezra. Definitely drop a follow, show some love. I'm a very talented musician and streamer here on Twitch. Wanted to share something from Line. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you for reminding me. This is going to be going on my wall. For right now, it's on my stand because I'm kind of in an awkward position, right? Here, I'll set it right here. I'm kind of in an awkward position. So I want a display case for the Jerboa. You guys remember that conversation. And it turns out finding a decent display case is basically impossible. The one I found was garbage and vastly overpriced, so I took it back. And then I got to looking, because right now I have a little shelf over here that I have enough room to put a few of my pieces on. It's like catty corner here. And it's a corner piece, or it's set in the corner, catty corner, like slanted. And I've got a few of my pieces on there along with my router and my Xbox and such. But I found a corner case. It's a display case that's lit and enclosed with glass, it would be perfect in that corner. And then I could move that shelf over here so I could have some of my work displayed in the background as well. And then I could put like my really good stuff that I really, really want to take care of, like the jerboa, in that case in the corner. Here's the awkward predicament I'm in. Minchie and I are terrible to shop for each other for holidays, birthdays, and Christmas. My birthday's coming up next month, and then we've got Christmas. I don't know what to tell her for ideas, just like she doesn't know what to tell me. So I gave her that as an idea, but it's kind of pricey, and I don't know if it qualifies. And if it doesn't, I'll buy it myself. But it's like, now I have to wait until after Christmas to find out. You know what I mean? And then once that's up, I want to hang this off to the side of the shelf, right? So I have to wait for the shelf to hang that. But I think that's going to be super nice to have, to display stuff like the jerboa, things that I really want to keep the dust and stuff off of. Having an enclosed display case like that would be super cool. It's just a matter of whenever that happens. But anyway, yeah, I think that's a good place today. Like I said, we got this worked out, ready to go. Took some time, but we made it. We got some sketches, some ideas, and then we'll be ready to start on Wednesday. I appreciate you guys. It's been a lot of fun. Worst comes to worst, a nice dinner can be helping you out of this predicament. Yeah, I still need ideas from her too. I want to get my Christmas shopping done. And the only reason we even bother with my birthday is because she insists. Otherwise, I would just be like, it's just another day, you know? Need my Christmas list? Yeah, if you've got some ideas that might work for Minchie also, that would help. We're terrible, man, because we're both pretty independent people. We take care of our own things and we work together where we need to, but, you know, I carry my burden and she carries her and we help each other where we need. And when it comes to like stuff that would qualify, you know, typically asked for gifts, like I said, we're pretty independent in the sense that if I need something or want something, I'll eventually just get it. So that doesn't leave either of us with many options when it comes to gifts, you know. I have an Amazon list on my profile page. I don't know. Christmas stresses me out, man. I love buying gifts for people. I love giving gifts. But the entire holiday stresses me out. I have an Etsy store if you need an idea. There we go. There we go. No dependencies bring out the best or worse in people, but at least it's honest. Yeah. Yeah, we count on each other for the things that we should, you know. But like, I don't put my burdens on her, and she doesn't put hers on me. And when it's a shared burden, then we share that burden together. Now, if I was struggling and I needed like, hey, I'm really having a day right now, I have a shoulder I can lean on, and she has the same. But we take care of ourselves, you know. But I'm going to start taking a look and seeing who's streaming right now. I appreciate you guys hanging out while we're just kind of yakking.
Way more.
Whoa.
Okay.
God, that front page is always so loud. I'm going to mute that tab. Well, I've got one potential raid target. Sculpting or traditional art? What do you think, guys? We've got some illustration, or I think it's actually painting. Sculpture painting or illustration? Any preferences there? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Gundy's doing his sculpt painting. We did raid Gundy last time, but obviously I'd be happy to raid him anytime. Thanks for the stream and share it. Hey, thanks for being here, Dragon. I appreciate you. I hope you have a great rest of your day as well. And when you decide on what you're carving this year, by all means, feel free to share pictures in the Discord. We'd love to see it. Got to head off anyways. Have to do some paperwork before I go to bed. Long day. Gotcha. Understand, dude. Understand completely. Well, I'll tell you what. It was either going to be Mitchie Myers or Gundy. Mitchie does well for herself. You know, she's got an established channel. Highly recommend checking her out. Incredible illustration work, and just a really pleasant voice and just a general great personality. It's Mitchie Myers. So highly recommend Mitchie. In fact, here, let's do this. I hope I spelled this right. The channel, wait, what? / shout out at, I literally typed it. Mitchie Myers. There we go. Yeah, definitely recommend checking out her stream. Thanks. Let's see. Thanks for the stream, Pantarius. Thanks for being here. Freaky Deek, you as well. Thanks so much. Always calm and super nice stream. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for being here. As long as it's art, I'm happy. Been hanging with Six for his birthday stream, but he's moved on to gaming. Gotcha. You followed Ezram, Freaky? Nice, dude. Yeah, Ezram's an awesome musician, dude. Definitely recommend. He's got a new album out, too, on the Bandcamp. All right, we'll go say hello to Gundy. Gundy's doing some sculpture painting. If you haven't seen, he's been working on a Princess Zelda inspired by the new Zelda game, Echoes of Wisdom, which I've been playing and is quite a fun game. If you've got a Switch, I recommend. A nice little twist on the classic Zelda formula. I'm enjoying it. But let's do that. And we're going to hop over here. I've got some thank yous. Let me scroll down a little ways. First and foremost, Line Craftery coming up with a 4-month resub. It's me, Panax. Thank you for the follow. Stevie Seal coming in with the resub for 4 months. Thank you so much, sir. And the raid. Stevie, I very much appreciate the raid. Raiders, thank you for coming along. I appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed. Doppy, thank you for the follow. And there's a Grin. I'm sorry, Grin. Yeah, a little bit of an oddball day today, dude. We're getting things prepped and ready, doing some sketching, and getting the idea phase out of the way, right? A little bit of a lighter stream today because I've had a super busy weekend getting the website up and running, filming a showcase, working on various other odds and ends, graphics, all that. Pretty much nonstop work since Thursday. It's been fun, but I am tired. I am tired. So let's queue up the raid. First. Some links real quick. Once again, to the main YouTube channel where you can see all my showcases. A link to the Discord where you can join us. If you got artwork you'd like to share, you can share it with us in there. You get notifications when the stream goes live. Monthly community showcases on the last Thursday of each month. And also, FeralMoon.studio, the brand new website. You can check that out. And also not linked in the chat, we've got the non-sub raid call and sub raid call. Welcome back, Shires. We're going to go say hello to Gundy, Shires. He's doing a little bit of painting on his Zelda sculpture. I am, Shires, I know. I'm sorry, guys. I hate having to end a bit earlier. I mean, we did a 3.5 hour stream today, so not terrible. Thank you. Glad they didn't shrink that domain name from studio to STD. FeralMoon. Yeah, no, that wouldn't work. I think FeralMoon.studio works out well, though, especially considering FeralMoon.com would have cost me like $5,500. So, That's what I thought about it too. But anyway, let me queue up the raid. And then maybe Wednesday we can stream a little bit later than normal. If that works for you guys. Oh, you know what? Before we queue up the raid, I need to copy my raid call. Because it won't let me do it on anything except chat. Oh, we got ghosts. All right, raid calls ready. Let me make sure mine's ready to go. Thank you for the stream, man. Linecraftery, thank you for being here, dude. And thank you again for the support. I appreciate you, sir. And folks, again, Linecraftery is another one to follow. Truly. Incredible artist. Awesome person. Truly worthy of your time. So check him out. Let's queue up that raid now. Now that I can actually deal with not being able to see chat for a second. There we go. And we should be queuing up for the raid. Cool. Guys, thank you so much for a wonderful stream today. It was a lot of fun. It was productive, a little bit light, but productive. We got things ready and established for the next stream. We talked about a whole deal of things from the future of the stream and my content and my sculpting to just all kinds of fun stuff, right? So I appreciate it. Really good conversations today. Really good hangout. I appreciate you being a part of this community. Again, thank you guys so much. You guys are truly a big part of why I'm doing this today, or these days, I should say. Not today in a literal sense, but you guys have really inspired me to continue at this, and I'm feeling a lot better about where I'm at, where I'm heading, and what it entails to get there. So thank you for being a part of that. Thanks for being in this community. Get those raid calls ready. I'll see you on the other side of the raid. Until the next stream, you guys take care. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday. Have a wonderful Tuesday, and I will hopefully, if all goes well, see you back here Wednesday. Bye, guys.